I'm Rachel. I come from Hong Kong. I came to London in August 2022. 大家好，我叫 Rachel， 中文名係李風清。我喺上年8月嚟到倫敦。Where am I? Yeah, I'm right now a caseworker in a NGO, and we are in the office in Waterloo. We called Hong Kongers in Britain. Where was I born? I was born in Hong Kong, actually an island called Cheung Chau in Hong Kong. It's like a very peaceful island, yeah, compared to the Hong Kong, Kowloon and New Territories. It's like a little paradise for Hong Kong because when you come to Cheung Chau, it's like there's nothing messy. It's just a peaceful feeling when you visit Cheung Chau. It's an island so surrounded by the ocean. People would love to go to Cheung Chau because of the beach. Actually, when I'm in my childhood, I go to the beach every day after school. My mom will take me and my sister go to the beach, and we are so tan because you know the swimsuit. Yeah, we have a big circle in my back, and I remember that one time when I go to the health check at the yearly annual health check, and the doctor asked my mom why there's a big black circle on my back, and then my mom replied to him that yeah, because we go swimming every day. After my graduation, my university graduation is like 8 years ago. Myself moved to the Hong Kong island because it's much more convenient to the work. Who did I travel with? My story is that my family came to UK 2 years ago, and I'm the last one in my family to come to UK. They are right now staying in Birmingham, my parents, and then me and my sisters staying in London, but we live separately. They have a friends in Birmingham, so they landed in Birmingham in the first time because they have a friend in Birmingham. But I think besides that friend, they don't have anyone know in UK. Yeah, it's quite common for a lot of family that moved to UK in these 2 recent years. So you can imagine how bad the situation is in Hong Kong. Because my grandma passed away in recent years, I think if my grandma's still alive, my mom won't come. Yeah. So it's like she don't have any attachment or any other things she needs to worry. So it's like a relief because my grandma's sick for a very, very long time. Yeah, every time when I go back to Birmingham, I'm always amazed at how my parents can adapt to a new country, especially in their age. Yeah, and to be frankly, my dad has a better English level than my mom, but I can sense that my mom, even in her age, she is still learning English, and I think it's very difficult for her to talk to local people, but I can observe that she did try her best. Yeah, it's difficult for me, so it's so hard to imagine how hard for them. Right after 2019, my family and I considered about immigration, and the first place that we thought about is Taiwan. But right after the UK government announced the BNO route, then we immediately decided to change our destination to UK. It is because we don't think Taiwan is the best place to immigrate is because of the political reason. Somehow the people in Hong Kong will foresee that Taiwan will be the second Hong Kong. The Chinese government will soon invade Taiwan in the foreseeable future, like 10 or 20 years later, and we don't want to immigrate again. We all understand that immigration is a hard thing for the whole family, so we don't want to go through again in 10 years later. So we immediately decide to go to UK. We all know that there's already some sign in Taiwan because there's a politician this close to the CCP, and yeah, it's like a pattern or track we can foresee. I came here with my two cats, so I have to plan a lot of things. Yeah, for the injection and then to book the flights because there are a lot of people came to immigrants to UK and with their pets. So the flight is it's hard to get the flight tickets for the pets. Yeah, so I've been planning this for 6 months just for the cat. Actually, their English name is called Hello and Kitty. Yeah, because I have two cats. Yeah, one is Hello and one is Kitty. They are both fat cats, so fat cats can settle everything as long as there is food. Yeah. What was my home country like when I left? I remember that back in 2019 there's the very severe or intense protests in Hong Kong, and this is the first time our family talk about immigration because of the political reason. It's lucky for me that my whole family is on the democracy side because a lot of my friends that they are the younger generation and they are like the against the government, and their parents they are older generation and they will support the government. So there's a lot of tension between the family, but it is very lucky for me that my whole family is on the same page. So this is the first time that we brought up that we would immigrate. But at that time there was no BNO visa for us. So we are just thinking, where should we go? The most likely place will be Taiwan. Yeah, back then. And then after the UK government announced the BNO visa, then our family it's like without any consideration that okay, then we'll move to UK like this. When I left Hong Kong, it's quite messy for me. The messy is not a physical messy, it's like the atmosphere. Yeah, people are very frustrated, very disappointed and angry towards the government and the political situation because my family planned to journey here for almost 2 years, so it gives me a lot of time to plan my journey, for like to tidy their things and then help my family to finish some family issues in Hong Kong. What was my biggest memory of my country? Okay. It's a little bit cliche, but my biggest memory will be the view of the Victoria Harbour. Yeah. A lot of tourists will come to Hong Kong and look at the view. Back then, when I don't have any plan to leave Hong Kong, I would just say, it's nothing special. Why people will come and look at this? But because I have 2 years to plan to leave, and then the last 2 years I often go to the seaside and look at the harbour view because I think it's really beautiful. And I got sad because I miss Hong Kong so much. Oh my god, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect I would cry. Yeah. So, yeah. Did I have any English before I arrived? Of course, as you know, Hong Kong was a colony of UK, so we have to learn English since kindergarten. But it's like a culture of Hong Kong. When we learn English, we seldom speak because the atmosphere in Hong Kong, especially the education in Hong Kong is not an encouraging place for the children to try and error. We always encourage to just do your best and don't embarrass yourself. So people from Hong Kong is quite scared to talk to the local people because our verbal English is not that good. But generally, too afraid to ask questions, to make mistake. Yeah. Cantonese is my first language, and we also most people will learn Mandarin, And yeah, because of the immersion of Hong Kong and China, people nowadays the students speak very fluent Mandarin. But for my generation or my sister, our Mandarin is so-so, but we can communicate using Mandarin if we need to. But for our generation, we kind of like we try to not use Mandarin because of the political reason. Can I remember my first day in London? I can remember that because we are trying to rent a place, so obviously we can't cook because we don't have a stable living place. And then I remember it's quite signature that we just wandering around in the street, and then we saw a restaurant, and then we go into the restaurant, and it is quite a typical English restaurant, fast food, I guess. It's so terrible, the food. It's very terrible. Oh yeah, and then okay, then I tried English food. Yeah, the pork chop is so dry. Yeah, it's very terrible. And the music is yeah. So how does London compare to where I came from? Yeah, for the one side it's quite similar because it's always hustle. Yeah, people walk so fast, and I know the people is not bad here, but it's not that friendly, I guess, comparing London to other city in UK. Yeah, but for the different side, I think it's much more diverse. Yeah, we can see a lot of these different people, different race, also gender, different gender. It's not only female and male. Yeah, but back in Hong Kong is quite a right or wrong, black or white. Yeah, it's a binary city. People always argue, is it right or wrong, male or female? It's just like we only have two options. Even in our education or in work, of course there are many jobs in Hong Kong, but deep down in our mind there's only two jobs, one that you can earn money and one that you cannot. The rent and the price of buying a flat in Hong Kong is so high, it is unlikely to afford a house if you don't work in some money making industry. So the parents were so worried about their children, so they have to pressure to make a right choice. Yeah, because it's not affordable to live in Hong Kong if you don't make a right choice for your own. Yeah, so a lot of parents will urge their children to study business. Of course, it is the best that you can be a doctor or lawyer, or if not, then you have to study business because you can earn money. Otherwise, the other jobs is like, okay, you can chase your dream, but it's not an ideal way to survive in Hong Kong. Yeah, it's like that. But in London, it's a much more diverse and vibrant city for me, and I love it so much because of the culture. Yeah. Is there anything that I miss in Hong Kong? I have a lot of friends still in Hong Kong because there's a lot of reason that they still stay in Hong Kong, which I'm so admire them because they still try to do the right things for Hong Kong, even the situation is worsened nowadays. Yeah, a lot of my friends still facing dangers in Hong Kong because of what they have done or still doing. I'm constantly worried about them, but it's their choice, and also a lot of us will feel guilty because we leave Hong Kong, because it's like abandon our home country. Once you leave the place, of course you can say that you can change this place outside of Hong Kong, we can still do things for our home country, but in my point of view, it's not the same. Yeah, it's just not the same. It's not effective enough. You will, when the times goes by, you cannot really get in touch what is going on in that place. Yeah, because so I'm still very admired them to stay in Hong Kong and still fight for Hong Kong for the democracy. Of course, we can help them. We can still do things in UK, but it's just not the same. Yeah. Have I experienced anything in London that made me regret coming here? I don't think as a newcomer I don't have enough observation in London. Yeah, I think I'm still learning. So I think for right now this stage of me, I can't think of anything. Yeah. Has London changed me? Yeah, of course. And I think because back in Hong Kong, like I'm local, I'm the mainstream in Hong Kong, and I can feel the city as okay, this is my home, this is how this city works. I know I'm so familiar with how the city works, but when I moved to the new country, I become the minority in this country, in this city. So it's definitely changed my view of how a city works. When I moved to London, I think it helps me to become more humble. I need to constantly remind myself that I need to learn more to improve myself so that I can help more people. Yeah, I can do my best in my job. Yeah, I think it's a good thing for me to become more humble, more grounded, and yeah, just keep telling myself to learn a new thing in a day. Yeah. I like this feeling a lot, and I haven't got this feeling since university. I like the feeling that I'm like a sponge, yeah, to absorb new things. Yeah, it's like a process of learning and practice. Yeah, I haven't had this feeling for a long time because when you in that job position for a long time, everything you will get used to, and sometimes you have your own opinion about a thing that you won't change. When you move to a new environment, you have to start it over. Yeah, and I quite like this feeling. As a minority, living in a country, it's so many things you have to be careful. We have to be careful because we don't know if we offend someone in a way that we didn't recognize. Yeah, and I think the racial things is another new thing for me. There's a lot of race in London, a lot of cultural things that we have to aware. Like in Hong Kong, we always define people of their race. It's like okay, we Hong Kong people, and they the mainland people, and they the South Asian people, and we have a lot of negative nickname for the race. Yeah, of course I won't use them, but it's a common thing for especially the older generation to call them their nickname. Yeah, they are not intentionally bad, but it's like a yeah, they grow up this way. Their parents taught them that way. Yeah, so we have to be careful in here that because sometimes even we are using the Cantonese to say them, they themselves think, oh, I'm using Cantonese, they won't aware. But no, they can sense their tone from your tone that they know that you're saying about them. I think this is something that me and my parents or my relatives when communicating, we have to be aware. And sometimes I warn my dad, hey, don't say that in UK. Yeah. What do I do here these days? My major is in social work. To be specific, my field is in community change or community development. So a lot of work involve organizing a protest or empower people to voice their opinion to the government, and this is a main reason why I will come to UK, because under the circumstances in Hong Kong, I don't think I will have a bright future in Hong Kong because of my job nature. In my last job in Hong Kong, the job nature is very similar to my current job. Yeah, for my last job in Hong Kong, my organization is serving the political prisoner in Hong Kong. Yeah, and Today, my jobs in Hong Kong as in Britain. My project is called Project Haven, and we aim to serve the asylum seekers that come from Hong Kong. So the nature is very alike. So yeah, and when I saw the job advertisement, I think, oh, I need to apply this job, because when I first come to London, I'm thinking maybe I don't enter the social welfare sector. I wanted to change my career as I'm in a new place, a new country. I want to try something new. But then I saw the job advertisement that this project is aimed to serve asylum seekers. I think I just had a thought in my heart that I need to do this job, because yeah, I still care about people in Hong Kong. Yeah. Within my job, it is necessary for me to communicate with a different government sector, yeah, and also a lot of need to communicate with a lot of other NGOs, and it is a new thing for me. So I'm still observing and learning how can I communicate more effectively with the local sector in UK. Project Haven is a project under our organization Hong Kong is in Britain, and in Project Haven our main client is the asylum seeker that's from Hong Kong. They suffered from the political movement in Hong Kong in 2019, and most of them has been arrested or come out from jail, and they want to flee to UK seek for the asylum protection. In our project, we mainly focus on their case to take care of their needs, like because most of them are teenagers. They have the language barrier and they don't know how to fit in the system. The system for them is quite unbearable for them. For the paperwork, how to communicate with the government. Those of these little things that seems easy for local people, but for them it is very, very difficult. And some of them has suffered from PTSD because of the arrest, and beaten by the police. So they need someone to accompany them and to walk with them for the whole journey. What's good about London? It's so vibrant. What I like about London, I would say that because right now I'm learning Spanish myself. When I hop on the bus or the tube, I can always hear Spanish, and I love that because I can practice my Spanish. But in Hong Kong, you won't have a chance like this. You most likely you'll hear Mandarin because a lot of tourists coming from mainland China. But here I can always hear Spanish. I think when time comes, when I have the courage and the knowledge that I know Spanish well enough, I want to talk to people who speak in Spanish. Yeah, I love that because I have a chance here in London, but I won't have a chance in other Asia countries. What isn't good about London? What doesn't work? I think right now, it's of course, to me, it's the cost of living. Yeah, I've only come here just 9 months, and I can already feel the pressure of cost of living, and I can see the price go up in the supermarket. It's quite shocking for me that when I first came here, I remember the banana was 78 pence, and then a month ago when I go to the supermarket, it's already raised up to 99 pence, and it's a huge inflation. Of course, I know 20p is not that much, but as a percentage, it's very serious. So the cost of living is quite scary for me, and I wonder if what is it like before the gas and the electricity is not that high. I wonder what is it like before the huge cost of living. I wonder what is it like to live in London. Is it more relaxing? I don't know. It's quite challenging for me financially. Yeah. Actually, I love London. Yeah, more than other cities. For now, but I think maybe after I settle in, for like a few years later, I will consider move outside of London and go explore the other parts of UK. Yeah, but right now I think London is a great place for people who just come to UK. I think it's a great place for us, the beginner, to stay in UK. Do I have a favorite thing to do or to see in the city? I think it's like an old people thing. I feel a little ashamed for saying that, but I like go to the park and just walk and just watch the duck. Yeah, and the goose and the duck and the squirrel. Oh, I love squirrel because in Hong Kong, if you see a squirrel, it's a very very lucky. That yeah, you have to go to the mountain or we don't usually see a squirrel. Yeah, I think some of the Hong Kong people won't never see a squirrel in their life. Yeah, because sometimes in Hong Kong, yeah, it's like the last 2 years I know I'm leaving Hong Kong, so I keep exploring Hong Kong. Yeah, for the last time, like, so I will go to the hill. Like there's a lot of small hills or small mountain in the city of Hong Kong, but people won't usually go there. But in the last 2 years, I often explore those places, so I can sometimes see the squirrel. Yeah, but in London, I can always see those little animals, and I love it so much. I love it so much. Actually, in the summertime, yeah, when I first came to London, that my jacket has a little pocket in the sleeve that I will always put 2 peanuts in my pocket. When I see the squirrel, of course I will feed them. Yeah, but that clothes is not warm enough, so I abandoned this habit. Yeah, but I think when it's hotter, when I wear that jacket again, I will always put 2 peanuts in my jacket. Yeah. Is there anything that I miss when I'm not here? London. I think London. I think it's the transportation because I have a driver license, but I didn't drive. I didn't drive on the road. I just passed my exam in Hong Kong, and I don't have any practical experience in driving on the road. So a convenience transportation is very important for me. Yeah. So when I back to Birmingham, my father will drive us around, but if my father is not available to drive us around, then the transportation is not that convenient compared to London. Yeah, I think so. It's a good thing for me. I am mayor of the day. What would I change? Yeah, what I'm gonna change. I think it's a great question because for my stage, I don't usually think that far. That what will I change for the city? Yeah. Change. I think as I'm a Hong Kong people, I think the most thing I will think of, the first thing I will think of is how to help the Hong Kong community to truly integrate with the local community. I think, and it is a big step for us. Hong Kong people has a large number coming to UK, and I think it's very very important for us to truly integrate with the local community. And actually there's a debate of 2 paths, if that we should build a Hong Kong community first in UK, or we should encourage Hong Kong people to start integrate with the local community. Yeah, this is like quite like a debate in Hong Kong community. But for me, I think for the younger generation, I think we should integrate with the local community. Yeah, and because I think it's not a sustainable way to live in UK or London if we do everything within our own Hong Kong community. I think it's not a healthy way. But there's a lot of situation that you may heard of that people Hong Kong people will especially like some of the places in London because there's already a Hong Kong community, like a Sutton or Richmond. Yeah, it's like that. I can get that way. Why Hong Kong people will move there because they can get more support between the Hong Kong people. Yeah, but I think that we have to remind ourselves that it's okay for our first year or first 2 years, but as time goes by, we have to communicate with the local community. We have to integrate with the local community. Yeah, I think it's something that I wish I can help those Hong Kong people to integrate. Yeah, I know some people will just think that we'll stay for 6 years. Yeah, because we will after 6 years we will get our PR. After 6 years we can get our identity using the BNO route. I think some people will just see their lives in UK as a 6-year mark. They only think of how can I survive in these 6 years. Yeah, but I think immigration is not about getting the identity. It's about your whole life in the new country. So yeah, we have to look further and further, not just planning for the 6 years. Yeah, so I think that's a reminder for Hong Kong people to integrate. And also I think it's the openness for Hong Kong people, yeah, to accept more new things. Yeah, we often call ourselves slave in Hong Kong because we often obey to the authority. Yeah, we often just suppress ourselves to adapt the society. So we often laugh at ourselves, call ourselves a slave. And I think we have to abandon this mindset because we come to a more open-minded country. Yeah. Where can I get the best Cantonese food in London? I haven't tried some good Cantonese food, to be honest. Yeah. I heard a pop-up store is good, but I don't have a chance to visit them because they are a pop-up store. When I want to visit them, they're almost closing down. Yeah. So besides that pop-up store, and I try a few restaurants in London, but I don't think that's good. Yeah, so I don't have any recommendation. It's not authentic. I think, yeah, it's not authentic enough for local people, I think. Yeah, but of course I know that of course they have to adapt the local market, so I can understand that. Yeah, I think if a local restaurant open in London, I think it would be very popular, but I don't know why there hasn't been a very local restaurant, because there's a type of restaurant in Hong Kong, we call it 大排檔. It's like the restaurant will cook the dishes with a huge fire. We call it 鑊氣. Yeah. It's like a term to describe food. Yeah. 有鑊氣. Yeah. It's the aroma and the smell of a dish, and you just can't taste that 鑊氣in the Chinese or Cantonese restaurant in London. You can't taste that specific aroma. I don't know why. I think people will love it here, but I don't know why this kind of restaurant haven't appeared in London. Yeah, I can't explain. Yeah, actually I have a lot of cravings in different times, but my recent craving is a typical noodles in Hong Kong. We call 車仔麵. So that it's like a cart that you can choose different toppings, and you can choose like 3 to 4 toppings, like a brisket or chicken wings or some vegetables, yeah, like that. And then you can have a 面底 that you can either choose some rice noodle. Yeah, you can choose different kinds of noodle. So it is your own combination, yeah, for you to order. And I really miss it. Sometimes when we go to the Cantonese or Chinese restaurant, and people will often look at the other table and saw what's the local people ordering, and will laugh at them because they are ordering some dishes that only for the local people that we don't like, but you guys will like it a lot. Yeah, it's like the sweet and sour thing. Yeah, something like that. And we are like, okay, we won't order that. Yeah. 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 But as I say, Hong Kong people is judgy. We are so judgy. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
And that's it for this episode of I Came to London. Join us again next time for more stories from the people who make London.